It's like someone stabbing me repeatedly.
The struggle on a daily basis.
It was awful.
Endometriosis, heavy periods, clots.
It's just literally crippling.
It's debilitated my life.
My daughter was in agony on the floor and so much pain.
Stress.
Quite a lot of anger.
Pain and bleeding, clots.
He didn't listen to me. Nobody would listen.
This kind of pain is experienced by 1 in 10 women or those assigned female at birth. This is endometriosis. Endometriosis is a chronic condition where cells similar to those in the lining of the womb grow in other areas. The condition does not have a confirmed cause and cannot be diagnosed without surgery.
Right, so endometriosis is a benign condition which results in the endometrial lining, which is the tissue that is within the inside of womb that ladies shed every month in their period, grows outside the womb and grows inside the pelvis from that point of view. Some ladies it became quite mild, and other ladies it can invade other structures such as the bowel and the ureters, etc. From that point of view, and can result in a wide variation of symptoms.
It takes over these ladies' full lives, it can do. It affects their families' lives. It ranges from, it really can be horrific where it's affecting lots of other organs. It can affect fertility.
So if these women, as you say, are fobbed off, they're not listened to, they're hardly in consultations with other health professionals.
So it's still, we're looking around 8 years. The only way still at the moment for diagnosis is a laparoscopy.
20 years. I suffered for it.
It took 7 years to get an appointment.
16 years before they finally did something about it.
I wish I'd been diagnosed earlier.
So when they come to see us, they're always a large number of years from when they've had symptoms. A lot of these women get symptoms either when the periods first start or a few years after, so they get them in their teenage years, a lot of these girls, and they've struggled with symptoms, been fobbed off a lot over the years.
As well as there being no cause for the condition, there is also no cure.
I haven't really been able to do anything because they can't give me medication, like pain meds, for something that they don't know I have or not. So I've just kind of had to vibe through it.
Years it was just try this pill, try this painkiller, try this, different hormone or injection.
No one was prescribing me anything to manage the pain. I've had codeine, naproxen, all that, and nothing was even touching it.
The answer is just medication, and it's like you don't always want to take medication. And for me, I manage my pain with a morphine patch, so I am on daily morphine just to be able to function.
There's 3 types of endometriosis. There's the superficial endometriosis, which you can burn or excise. There's the endometriosis that affects ovaries, which we call endometriomas, where ladies have these chocolate cysts in their ovaries, and then that can result in their ovaries getting stuck and causing other problems. And then there's what we call deep infiltrating endometriosis, where they have much larger nodules in other structures, such as what we call the uterosacral ligaments, or ligaments that support the womb into the bowel, or other structures from that point of view. General gynecologists should be able to treat the more superficial disease, and maybe some types of endometriomas, and the more complex need to come to people like ourselves with specialist training.
Despite impacting over 190 million people globally, many still do not understand the impact it can have. These women are calling for change.
Even in doctors, like some doctors aren't, I don't want to say mean things, but some are not helpful. It's like they don't really, as soon as you go to them and you kind of say, oh, I have really bad painful periods, it's sort of like, that's a part of being a woman. And there's not much coverage or knowledge on it. And I think that does need to change.
It needs to be screamed about. People need to understand that this isn't just like a normal thing. It's not something that every woman should be going through. It is life-changing, and it doesn't just affect your time of the month, so to say. It affects you in every way.
a lot of people out there probably don't know or don't know as much as they want to know about this situation like this.
If there was more funding put into endometriosis and women's health, I think things would improve. But I think endometriosis, they don't see it as an important issue when it is.
I think the awareness wants to probably be raised in sort of the media and other stuff, so that maybe it's just shown that it's more, more prevalent than people maybe believe, so that actually maybe more can be done for the treatment side of it, and looking into cures and and giving people a better quality of life who suffer with it.
For me, getting to share my story is opening people's eyes up to the severity of it, that people are having organs damaged, losing organs, having all of these knock-on effects. Because I still feel like in 2024 it's not taken very seriously, because it's deemed as life-altering and not life-threatening.
I think a lot of people don't even know about it and don't understand it. A lot of people think, oh, well, it's just bad periods, and it's really not. It's a whole body condition.
So I think the more that we talk about it, the less that we are able to be fobbed off, the less gaslighting, and the more confident I think women will be going in and actually demanding better healthcare.
If we can talk about a healthy, normal period, let each other know what is normal and what isn't, that will really help.
I think the more you push for something like this, the more that doctors will look into it and realise that it isn't just, as I say, something that one or two women suffer with. It is a thing that affects women massively. I mean,
you'll hear it on the telly sometimes, or some of these celebrities will chat about it. But no, you don't really. I suppose you're right. There isn't a lot of awareness about it. Needs to be more.
Historically, gynecology's had quite long waiting lists, and I think from COVID has made these waiting lists a lot longer, with a lot more ladies on it. So hopefully, from our perspective, there's a lot more information. People are a lot more aware. So the government are listening now, and they're putting a lot more emphasis on gynecology from that point of view.
If you know that there is something not right, don't give up. Because nobody else knows how you feel. Nobody can feel what you're feeling. But also, just to be more vocal about it, because I really struggled because I didn't open up. But as soon as I started to talk about it, that's when I started to feel better.
You're not chasing up about a fridge freezer that you've ordered. Like, this is literally your health. You get one health. So never feel like you're being difficult or irritating or any of these things you get labelled, because it's really, really important that you advocate, because you just don't know how severe it can go.
If you're dealing with it yourself, keep battling, keep begging and pleading medical staff that you need the help. You know yourself in your own body that something's not right. Keep begging and pleading for help, support, medication if needed, laparoscopy to, just to reassure your own mind that that's what it is and nothing more sinister. If you're dealing with it as a family member or in a relationship with somebody or a parent, just support, listen, always be there. Everything that they need, just be there 100%, 24 hours a day.
Anyone trying to tell you that heavy periods, painful periods, the kind of pain that you're in is normal, that is not normal. It's lying. That is medical gaslighting. So call it out and keep pushing. And it is your right to keep asking for a second opinion. So keep asking for a second and third and fourth opinion if you know that there is something wrong with you.
Listen to your own body and make sure your voice is heard.
Just don't be afraid to keep, fighting your corner, because I think as society we've felt like we can't go up against doctors, if they say no, that's the end goal. But the reality is not every doctor is aware of conditions like endometriosis.
This Endometriosis Awareness Month, we are pushing for a better understanding of the condition. You can help drive this change whether you have endometriosis or not. There are many resources available on our website and social media.
Some people think that to give support you have to know all the answers and you have to be able to kind of talk about things all the time with people, but sometimes it's just a listening ear. It's just making people feel seen and feel that they can relate to you.
You know, if you're having pain with this, then that's you know, right, is what you feel. You know, you shouldn't have anyone sort of tell you that, you know, you're overreacting or you're making stuff up or whatever. So yeah, it's just kind of validating what people feel, even if they're told otherwise.
I mean, for me, I kind of I'm quite happy to look illnesses up and look everything up and can kind of understand stuff quite quickly. So you know, I kind of find that sort of a good way of giving yourself knowledge on something and understanding what's happening and what could happen and sort of what you can do. And I'd probably suggest that's a good method for most people.
There are lots of really good support groups out there. And so in my area, I live in the Hull area, we have the Hull and East Yorkshire endometriosis support group. But around the UK, there are support groups on Facebook, and a lot of them are very good. It's nice to talk to other people with similar symptoms, similar experiences.
Historically, it's been a second-class service for women, so I feel that it's quite a privilege to be able to support women and be just a small part of their journey.
Endometriosis is not something to be ashamed of, and these women should not be ignored